Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's video. So, guys, in today's video, we'll be recapping all the college football playoff round one games that did happen yesterday. We got a lot of games to talk about. Actually, only 4 games to talk about. But still, in my opinion, guys, this first round was great, honestly. I know there's still 2 blowouts we'll talk about in a minute. But overall, if we want to compare last year's first round to this year's first round, I would say this year's like a 7 out of 10. Last year's more like a 2. This first round was way better than last year's. All the games last year in the first round were all blowouts. But this year I don't think disappointed. Yes, there was 2 blowouts we'll talk about. They were kind of expected. But we'll go to those games in a minute. There's 1 Friday night game and 3 Saturday games. So guys, let's get into it. We'll start out with the Friday night game. It was the 9 seed Alabama Crimson Tide going on the road to take on the 8 seed Oklahoma Sooners. Guys, if you did not watch this game on your Friday night, what are you doing? This was a cinema. This was a complete movie. This is way better than any Christmas movie that's ever come out in the past 2 years. This Bama-Oklahoma game was great. It really was great. Bama started down 17-0. I thought Oklahoma was blown. It was about to be a huge blowout. Oklahoma was about to win this game 42-10. But no, Bama, give credit to Bama. Oklahoma just fell apart. Bama, they get a touchdown finally. It's 17-7. Then they get a block punt, get a field goal off of that, so it's 17-10. And then they get a pick 6 to make the game going to halftime tied 17-17. Crazy, if you ask me. It was just 17-0 a minute ago, and now we're all tied up heading to the locker room. And in the second half, Bama really just controlled the game. You got to give credit to Alabama. This was a great game to watch. Really fun football game. If you don't watch it, what are you doing? I watch this game anytime over the best Christmas movie that's come out this year or whatever. Bama, great game. If you don't watch this game, watch the highlights. It's on ESPN, I believe, on ESPN's YouTube channel. So go check that out. Bama, though, great win for Bama on the road. Also, congratulations to Alabama. Congratulations to Alabama for their first playoff win on the road. Summa by Alabama. Really just summa. Good win for Alabama. Moving on to our next game. This game is the first Saturday game. This game was a Saturday game at noon. It was the 10th seed Miami Hurricanes going on the road to take on the 7th seed Texas A&M Aggies. Miami wins this game 10-3. And guys, a very ugly football game. It really was. This was a very ugly football game to watch. Miami does get the win, but honestly, neither team looked great, honestly. And it was weird because in the first half, I thought A&M actually outplayed Miami. Overall, I think A&M had more yards than Miami. On the offensive side, I thought A&M played a little better than Miami, but still, A&M made more mistakes. I mean, Rio, I think that's his name, or what's his? I forgot A&M's quarterback's name. It starts with an R, but he's the mid. He's just mid, honestly. Both quarterbacks didn't play great. Carson Beck didn't play awesome. He played like mid. Like, both quarterbacks just played mid. Carson Beck didn't look great. A&M's quarterback also didn't look that great. The second half, though, guys, Miami felt like they're the better team, honestly. They scored first. It was 3-0. A&M ties it up, make it 3-3. And then Miami goes in and gets the touchdown to win the game. And then the defense gets an interception in the end zone to cost A&M the game, and Miami wins 10-3. Miami also moving on to play Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl. Also, Alabama's moving on to play Indiana in the Rose Bowl. So those are the matchups there. Miami, good win. Very ugly football game, but still a good win. Going on the road and one of the hostile environments of all college football in College Station on the road. Big in the playoffs, too. Big win for Miami on the road. Good win for Miami. This game was a noon game. Anyway, moving on to the blowout that happened yesterday. This game was a 3:30 TNT game. Ole Miss beat Tulane 41-10. It was kind of similar the first time these two teams played. When they played all the way back in week 4, almost won 45-10. A little less this time around, but still a complete blowout. And guys, I do feel bad for Tulane. They had a great year. There's going to be some conversations now going on. Should we allow the group of 5 teams to get into the playoffs? Because, guys, this was a bad football game to watch. Ole Miss, man, they scored immediately. They scored 3 plays. It's 7-0. Then they get the interception. They score again in 2 plays. 14-0 Ole Miss. Tulane, then, I'll give credit to Tulane in the second quarter. They played great on defense, kind of in the second quarter. They kind of locked down Ole Miss a little bit. But at the end, especially in the second half, Ole Miss was just too much. Tulane also gets a garbage time touchdown late, but it didn't matter. Tulane also can score. They really couldn't score. And they kind of moved the ball a little bit, but they just couldn't score. I mean, you're not going to beat Ole Miss if you only score 3 points at halftime. I knew this game was over at halftime. I knew Tulane was not going to win. They were down 17-3 at half. Just bad football by Tulane. Still had a good year, though. They won the American. They made the playoffs for a reason. But, man, there might be some talks about should the group of 5 be in the playoffs. We got 2 group of 5 teams in the playoffs this year. That's because of how bad the ACC was this year. Miami really should have been the ACC title game versus Virginia. The winner of that game should have been in the playoffs. But Miami, the only ACC team to actually make it. That's always actually I think that's actually the reason they left Notre Dame after Miami. I think Notre Dame's way better than Miami. I think Notre Dame A&M will have been a better game than Miami Texas A&M. I mean A&M and Notre Dame already played this year in week 3. That was a great game. A&M went in the South Bend and beat Notre Dame. But that's the conversation on that. The last game we will talk about, the 5-seed Oregon Ducks take down the 12-seed James Madison Dukes, 51-34. Just don't let the score deceive. I know people say, oh, James Madison put 34 points. This game's over in the first quarter, guys. Oregon, it was like 34-6. No, yeah, it was like 34-6 at half. I know James Madison, I know Oregon's defense didn't play good in the fourth quarter, but honestly, I don't think Oregon cared. I really don't. I don't think Oregon was trying in the second half. I think Oregon was resting. They were getting ready for Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl. The defense in the second half really didn't play that good. I'm not taking that too seriously because the game was over at halftime, and it was 34-6 at half. Oregon looked great on offense. I knew Dante Moore had 2 interceptions, but Dante Moore looked very good in this game. I know it's James Madison, but Dante Moore looked great in this game. I know the 2 interceptions were weird, but besides the 2 picks, I thought Dante Moore played awesome. I would rate like a 9 out of 10. Dante Moore played great. Deep passes, just great for Oregon. Oregon gets the win. They will move on to play Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl with the win there. But anyway, guys, that's your round 1 college football playoff recap. The best game, I think, the whole year was Alabama-Oklahoma. That was a great game to watch on Friday night. If you don't watch this game, what are you doing? I would watch that game anything over a Christmas movie. I mean, nothing against Christmas movies. There's some good ones out there. But I would watch this game this was a Christmas movie itself. I'm not going to lie to you guys, that Bama-Oklahoma game. But let me know, what was your favorite matchup in the first round of the college football playoff? How do you feel about it heading into the quarterfinals? So the quarterfinal matchups, to give you a quick summary, it'll be Oregon taking on Texas Tech, Ohio State taking on Miami, I just said it. Ole Miss taking on Georgia. Bama and Alabama taking on Indiana in the Rose Bowl. But anyway, guys, how do you feel about this all in the comment section below? What was your favorite match in the first round? How do you feel? What's your takeaways? My takeaways are way better than last year's first round. That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Peace out.